All right, so the second one, and this was one of my favorite ones, we did where we did the leadership myths and qualities, and we wrote all the qualities
Yeah.
on the whiteboard. And at the end of it, I was like, man, I wish we had recorded that.
Yeah.
like, so in this one, I like that we were able to separate kind of like qualities of good leaders, quality, negative qualities that kind of are a hindrance. Um, what did you think about it?
No, I thought it was real good. I mean, a lot of the qualities come to mind right away, or the not so great qualities, but
Yeah,
um,
it's always easier.
yeah,
I don't know why. Always.
you have a pretty good understanding. But when you dig deep into them, then you can start seeing where transformation can happen in your
Mm-hmm.
leadership, right?
Yeah,
And then when you go to the negative qualities, you can see uh, where you need to work on the issues.
yeah,
So there's a confrontation, right? Because you see the good stuff's like, oh, that's I can work on that, and then
yeah.
you have the negative qualities, and you're like, I can't believe that I'm this guy right now.
Yeah,
So
it's a little convicting sometimes. Yeah,
yeah,
it was. I liked it. I liked how we started writing stuff down, and then it just kind of kept blowing up after that, and it's some good ones, and it's things that I like you said, like people like to look at the positive, like, oh, I'm pretty good at this, I'm pretty good at this. We can always work on getting better, but looking at that negative side and seeing that, oh wow, that's I need to work on that, and that. That's
right.
harder, and I think that's the maturity that we would need as a leader is to be able to not look at just the things that we do well, like oh, I'm doing a good job at this, seeing that we are doing a good job and we could get better at these
Mm-hmm.
things, but looking at the things that are negatives and being like, hey, you know what, I do have these things sometimes,
Yeah.
and working on those. I was driving home from work and they were talking about Hosea and his wife Gomer, and I had the realization. I was like, man, I'm a lot like Gomer, right? In that not literally
Right.
what she
Right.
was doing, right, but how she was turning away from Hosea is like me
Yeah.
turning away from God, right? Like not denouncing God, but just like sinning, basically missing the mark, doing things that He doesn't want me to do on the path, not staying on the path that He has for me, but thankfully, Hosea represents his love for us and that redemption that we can have through him. So yeah, so don't be afraid to work on your negative qualities.